Hello, we're back here with the SMART program, Social Media Awareness and Responsibility Training Program. Nonprofit organization, SMART program, incorporated. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. We also have a YouTube channel where you can catch a few of our videos under SMART program, www.smart-program.net. Today is a special day for the SMART program as well as for me personally. Today we are going to reach out and speak with the head football coach at Mount St. Joe University. His name is Rod Huber, and it's special to me because I played for Rod Huber from 2001 to 2005. In 2001 we were 0-10. In 2005 we were 10-0. Incredible stuff. This is something that we want to do more of, and that's use our reach to speak with people that are using social media that the parents and the students want to hear from, the professionals, the people that are going to be hiring, firing, choosing you for school, picking you for their team or organizations. We're going to reach out to them for you to bring you guys the best information you can have. And today, Rod Huber is going to be our guy. He is a wild man, both off and on the field, as well as on social media. He is very active. He has friends from his former players to Garth Brooks. He's someone who's going to be able to give us a lot of information. Student athletes, parents of student athletes. This is the guy you're going to want to listen to. He's going to tell you the true stuff about recruiting, about entrance into colleges. And he's going to tell you what he's looking for from a student athlete. This is what you need to hear. This is bonus information, folks. All right, we have Rod Huber, head football coach, Mount St. Joseph University, here with us. Again, like I said, it's a special day for me. This is one of my old coaches, shaped me into being the person I am today, as well as a social media maniac. He fits both levels of our expectations today, and he's going to bring you guys the information that you want to hear. We keep telling you guys, we use social media, and you can do the same thing. Find people that are doing what you're doing. Find people that are smarter than you, because there's always someone smarter than you. Find people that you want to be when you get older, when you grow up. Find people that you want your son or daughter to be like. Use social media to find them, and they'll follow you back. They'll call you back. They'll text you back. They'll give you an email address. So we have Coach Huber here again. We're going to ask him 3 or 4 questions today just to give you a little bit more information on social media. First question, Coach. Social media in the recruiting process. How has it changed the recruiting process for you?
Well, what social media, Coach, has been allowed us to do is recruit outside of our budget, if you will. If you look at my roster here at Mount St. Joseph University this year, we had kids from Florida, Georgia, Tennessee. We had one or two from California, the West Coast, one from Arizona. And I didn't fly out there and get those guys. Social media allowed them to engage us via text, via tweet, via huddle, via Facebook, and give us their number one, their academic statistics, if they academically fit our profile, and number two, just as important, it allowed them to give us their video, their senior highlights, their junior highlights, and it allowed us to evaluate them as, one, a prospective student, two, as a prospective student athlete. So social media has allowed us to grow our recruiting base tremendously.
Unreal. I was a hometown kid, and most of the guys when I was here were from the underground tunnel of Elder High School on the other side of Cincinnati. So we didn't need social media that much, and it actually started coming around towards the end of my senior year in 2004, 2005, where you actually had to have a college account to have a Facebook account, and now anyone and everyone can have this. Another question for you, Coach. The impact on social media overall for sports. I know you do a lot of the pro camps and things like that. You travel all over the country in the summer to do these pro camps and help students out. Explain the impact of social media for sports overall.
Well, from the marketing end, it's a coup. Not everybody can be a Peyton Manning. Not everybody can be a Tom Brady, but there are 50 guys on the NFL roster, and those other 47 guys, 48 guys may not be as visible or a name brand, if you will. However, with their own foundations and their own social media sites, it's allowed the I hate to say average, because as you said, it's a 1%er in the NFL, but it's allowed the marginal NFL player to have his own exposure, if you will. What I've learned working with these guys, almost every NFL player now not only has a lawyer, a contract guy who handles his finances, almost every NFL player now has a marketing brand manager where they can expose themselves to the community, where they can go out and get engaged in other avenues besides the NFL. So I think it's allowed the NFL in general to really grow their resources, to grow their personnel, and every guy on an NFL roster now is marketable and brandable.
And that's exactly that's a great point that Coach Hubert brings up, because we tell you guys that you are a brand. You need to look at yourself like Nike,
I agree,
McDonald's, like an NFL superstar. You need to look at yourself the same way, because you are being judged, if you will, by what you post and what you do with your character. So if you're doing great things out there, you'll be up. And when you do things that are negative, it's going to go down. Well, Coach, you're on social media. We follow you. You're on Twitter a lot. How do you leverage the social media area as a head coach?
Well, I think it allows us, we were talking about branding. We have outstanding facilities at Mount St. Joseph. We have outstanding laboratories, stadiums, weight rooms, training facilities, you name it. It allows us to show the young man or young lady in the sports world at their high school what we have without coming here. And that was impossible years ago. The kid had to make a visit to see what you had. Well, now you can tease a kid a little bit. You can say, hey, check out our $1 million locker room. Check out our $3 million stadium. Check out our laboratories, our libraries. All the things that a kid is looking for in a 4-year college experience, you can now show them a quick bite of what you got, and encourage them and entice them to come and take a real visit. And that's kind of how we get rolling. We used to wait until the senior year after the season was over to recruit a young man or a young lady in Division III college athletes. Hey, we're 2 years out now. We're having kids from the class of 17 and 18 visit Mount St. Joseph in April. Well, that's because they've seen our highlight reel, our sound bites of our stadiums and our facilities, and it's like, hey, Mom and Dad, this place looks pretty good. Why don't we plan some time to go there my junior year and maybe go watch a game, take a tour, whatever they choose to do, but it allows us a year or two ahead of time before they ever become seniors at their high school to get a taste of what college life might be via social media.
Perfect. And let's say there's a high school student out there who is looking at Mount St. Joe, or any college for that matter at this point, and they're thinking about playing sports. Where does the social media, line come in as far as academics, as far as their talent? The social media play a role in the admission process.
Sure. In fact, Coach, every department on this campus has a Twitter page. Every department on this campus, business, physical therapy, education, they all have Facebook pages. Well, now I'm a young man or young lady, 16, 17 years old, thinking about being an education major and looking in the Cincinnati area. It allows them to get a taste of what we have to offer on our Facebook pages, of our academic pages across the campus. And again, I'm a Twitter guy. It's simple, it's quick, right. It's to the point. But almost every one of my football coaches have a Twitter page, and I think I've got close to 3,000 kids following me on my Twitter page right now, and that's what we're using it for. To now, again, it goes both ways. I promise you, we're looking at those kids' websites, their Facebook pages. I promise you, we're looking at their Twitter accounts for the goods and the bads,
right.
And we talked about some of those things. What are kids posting? What are they tweeting? And I think it says a lot about a young man or a young lady if they're courageous enough to post something. Will they back it up? Or you know what I mean? Are they worthy of what they put out there? I think kids got to be careful with their social media pages, because I promise you, we may be older and coaches, but we can still read, and we can still find a Twitter, and we can still find a Facebook. So I caution young people about what they're putting on their covers, on their Facebooks, and on their Twitters, because I promise you, there's a 50-year-old coach out there